Hello, everybody. So it's 6 p.m. and we are hours away from year 2022. So I hope everybody, is looking forward to a new year, new things, new goals, all that. So today I want to talk about my second published book, Harris. It's a short read, very short read. A lot of my readers have read it in a day or two. And Harris is about a young man. His name is Harris, and he's basically a womanizer, a player. Let me say player. Womanizer, people might want to be too technical about womanizer. So, he's basically like a player, and he has multiple women. And what my goal was in this book was to kind of, it's interesting because I'm a woman and I'm writing about a womanizer, whereas, some people may think like a man could only write a man about a man womanizing. But like based on like just things that have happened around me and my own personal experiences, I kind of just I'm a very observant person. I like to study people and stuff. So and I'm a thinker. So when I wrote Harris, I didn't want it to be the same old, same old. He's a womanizer because, he's selfish. I wanted to point out that there are other reasons why womanizing behaviors happen. And so, with that being said, this book, Harris didn't have like, it wasn't like his role model, which was his uncle in the book, was a womanizer because he wasn't. Like, he actually he was single up until he decided he wanted to be in a real relationship. And when he got in that relationship, he was in that relationship. And his grandfather, I didn't put a lot in there about Harris's grandfather, but his grandfather and his grandmother were together and like they were together like a family. So, I mean, Harris didn't have the influence from the people around him saying this is what you're supposed to do, and he's just doing what he sees in his environment. It's actually something completely different on what made him go into womanizing. One key thing, and you'll see that in the book. If you read the book, you'll know like something happened and he ended up becoming a womanizer, but by default. It wasn't like he was like, okay, I'm about to womanize. No, he actually, what happened in one particular relationship triggered him to handle other interactions with women different, you know, moving forward to prevent what happened in the that one relationship that stood out, So read the book, it's really and just try out when you're done reading this book, you shouldn't hate him, but it's not right to be, a womanizer. So I understand you're not going to fully praise them, but you shouldn't fully hate them either. It's just more of an understanding, just kind of looking at it from a different scope. That, you know, instead of just walking around like you should have known better, you should have known better and all this stuff, and you're trifling and you're selfish, maybe you should look a little deeper and see like, is there anything else that could trigger this behavior? And, and should I get out the way? Should be it. So I want you to really, I want everyone to read Harris, to kind of, and hopefully after you're done reading it, you kind of see, the goal I had was to not, quite, to glorify it. But yeah, I didn't want you to be angry with him. And at the end, like it really just, it's like this behavior ended up creating a family. So once you finish one and then two is published, two kind of shows how that family came together, but then it basically came together as a family and then it evolved. That's the goal in two, is to show how this family came together and how they evolved. Because as you mature, like it, just like with Harris, if Harris has any kind of conscience or any kind of sense, as he grows into his own, he's going to start seeing some of the errors in his ways and everything. And of course, what do we do when we start looking in the mirror? We start trying to fix those things, fix those flaws. So two is kind of like showing you like him trying to come to and fix some of the things, but yet also while he's trying to fix things, that family is being bonded. You know what I'm saying? So his womanizing and him having all these women, that shit ended up turning into like a family, you know. But I will do one thing, and two, you know, gonna lose a couple people, a couple of them women gonna, you know, get lost. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say how they gonna get lost. They can get anything to happen from just anything. I'm not even gonna say nothing, but you know, like I said, that'll be published in 2022. I just, you know, wanted to kind of, you know, kind of, you know, picture for, you know, just kind of have people looking at things from a different scope on some things. Like I'm a thinker and I feel like we're all human at the end of the day. And there are things that we're not supposed to accept in society, but also we're living in society where a lot of things are happening in secret. And the one of the big things that's happening that a lot of people sometimes turn the other cheek to is polygamy. And not saying that I'm for polygamy or whatever. I'm just like, I'm not judgmental about anything. Like I said, it's just the way I think. I look at all the different scopes of things. Some situations work better than it, you know, everybody has their own perspective. Like what works for them, you know, may not work for me, or, you know, vice versa. So that's how I am. I'm a very open minded person. So I feel like that's why I was able to use my imagination and actually write this book. I actually really like this book a lot. So when you get time, get on Amazon or go to authorhouse.com and purchase Harris if you haven't, and read it. It's a short read. You'll get it done really fast. And wait on part two. It's gonna be meteor, like I said before. And I have another cousin. She likes Harris. So she's waiting patiently on that. So Brittany, you're gonna get your Harris too in 2022. I think 2022 is the year for the twos. I'm coming out with Little Snakes too. Coming out with Harris too. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be publishing two books. Never mind my humor. But everybody have a happy and safe new year.